it's Team Trust Harold again, and I'm here with y'all to show y'all my Salamangreat deck profile, her profile Salamangreat deck. Once again, this is another deck that I have in real life. This is a real life list that I play. It's tried and true. It's not a dual book only, but once again, I have it on dual book for in case you're just trying to get a Salamangreat deck list and just get out there. Alright, so I'm gonna go over my choices, and in another video, I'm gonna show you guys basically a replay on how to play this deck and make like optimal choices during situations. And it's also gonna have some like key tips to remember while dueling. So yeah, so let's start it off. We'll start it off with the triple Ash Blossom, triple Nibiru, and the double Phantasme. So about a format ago, you would want to be playing you'd want to be playing more DD Crow and Skullmeister, but now kind of don't really have to. And I mean, you could. I know it'd still be pretty good, but you can also play. You really don't have to play Nibiru, and you really don't have to play a Phantasme. But this is more like a meta call because it's really nice to draw into good cards with Phantasme, especially because Dragon Link is a thing. You can easily plus like just get 4 extra cards in your hand and resculpt your entire hand, you know what I mean? And then grab a Nibiru from the deck and an Ash all in like from one card. This has happened to me too many times. That's why it's really good. I mean, I always theorized it, but then playing against the actual matchup, it happens. So it's just like it's a must. But you don't have to at the same time. It's a must in my opinion, but you don't actually have to. So yeah, we got these are the hand traps. Also, I play Impermanence because it's just a really good card in Salad. They can actually play it, and it comes up at times. It's not that good. This could be something else, and it is cited out a lot, but at the same time, it is good. It just shuts down Rogue, and on especially on Dual Book, there's FTKs and stuff like that going around. So having like an Ash to stop the Neospatian, and then this to stop, like if they some kind of way still extend, and this will stop the Isolde. Like it's pretty good. But alright, so next we got the triple Foxy. Foxy is just super good. We got triple Buffalo. Buffalo's so good, it just gives you extra cards. You can set up your graveyard, so like if you get a Buffalo spinny, it can draw you into a Gazelle. It can draw you into anything. And all your cards are pretty good. So Buffalo is so good. And Salamangreat Spinny, also a really good card. You don't need 3. Some people play 3. I think you need just 2. 3 is kind of cloggy. 3 is pretty good though at the same time. Not to take away anything from the people who play 3, but I'd only play 2. And 2 Jaguars, another card that some people play 3 of, but I also think this is just a good card to play at 2 because you don't really need 3. You just don't need 3. That's just what it comes down to. And I don't play Salamangreat Foul, which some people play also, but that's another card I just feel like you just don't need. And I don't miss it. I've been playing Salamangreat since they came out, and yeah, I've never thought. Well, I thought you needed it back then, kind of, but you really didn't need it that much then either. And now you really don't because there's Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed is so beast. So pretty much whenever you draw him, you can just think like I'm going full combo plus some. Like I can access Code Talker, I can set up anything that I want. I can go an Abyss Dweller, I can go Maguska. You can just do whatever you want. It just helps fix bad hands, but at the same time, it does help you play into Nibiru. Gotta watch out. And then the one Gazelle. You got triple Cyanite Mining, triple Pot of Desires, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Feather Duster, triple Will of the Salamangreats. This is how you play around Nibiru. So if your hand is good enough, sometimes you can get Nibiru'd and then get a token and then totally use Will the Salamangreats. Like if you didn't use your Jaguar, you can use Will the Salamangreats, bring back the Jack, link it into a Salad Balinks. Then you can use those two, or then you can bring back your Jaguar, link it into the Sunlight Wolf. Then you can just use your field spell to what's it called to go into a second, your 2.0, what's it called, wolf. And most of the time when you're doing really good, you don't actually have to even use your field spell. It'll just stay in your hand, and it'll just be a card advantage. But so yeah, basically that's some Will the Salamangreats. It helps you game. It helps set up so many different things. It's a super nice card. Circle goes without saying. It's a search card used in draw phase to avoid getting hit by a Droll and Lockbird. Sovereign Great Rage. Some people are playing two of these, two each. I think you still only need one because you just see them so much. You don't really need to have two. It can break your hand. Uh, it kind of is good having more than one because you got, Foxy, you can discard it, you can pop something. When you bring back the Foxy, then you can link it off, go and get it back. So it's kind of good. And then some, starting off with these is also good. But you play so many other different, like, just cards for a lot of situations, plus with the Pot of Desires, like, this is just good enough. And there are some games you don't even need these. Like, you'll banish them off of Pot of Desires and you'll still win. So it's just, but the games where you do see this, it is nice. And then double impermanence, like I said, this is like basically a good side target and a good card in general. So next I'm gonna go with my extra deck. So we got the triple Bay Links. We probably can move this around a little. And we got our triple Sunlight Wolves. We got our double Heat Leos, pretty standard. Then we got one Splash Mage. It helps extend into your access code and can just finish off a game or at least clear the board and get things a little equalized, almost like an evenly matched state. And Nightmare Phoenix could arguably come out. He's good, really good, especially if you have a situation where you can summon Nightmare Phoenix and then you can summon or you can summon Mirage, or what am I saying? You can summon Sunlight Wolf, then put underneath it a Nightmare Phoenix that then you can discard and then you can get the draw because they're co-linked. But Update Jammer, super good for the transcode talker access code play. Yeah, this is just necessary in 2021 salads. And yeah, if you want to play this in real life, you're gonna have to fork over basically $100 to get yourself an access code. It's worth it though, and it's a beautiful card, honestly. But Abyss Dweller, super good, super good. This shuts down so many decks, along with Baguska, shuts down so many decks. These are just powerhouses. Honestly, they're so good. Now we got the side deck, which is what makes this deck so good. But honestly, the deck is just so good. Like Salamangreat is just a good deck. But it's fair too. It's not like busted by any mean. It's pretty fair. When you lose, it doesn't feel like that bad. When you win, it feels kind of good because you did it without doing anything inherently busted. Like you basically played a good match. But anyways, we got evenly matched. This is for back row decks, the outlets. You know what I mean? Obviously they set five evenly matched. Bye bye. And then Twin Twisters. This is really good for your Shadal matchups because Shadal loves to, set up a play where they could have Schism, and then, if you top deck this standby phase, main draw phase, whatever you want, just before the main phase, hit him with a Twin Twister, no Schism. This is really good for decks that like to banish during their turn, obviously. So like dinosaurs, Dragon Link, these are the main culprits. Shoot, you could maybe even think a mirror match, but yeah, I wouldn't do that though. And okay, so we got the Dark Ruler no more. This is really just for decks that are finna consistently probably put up a strong board through your hand traps and through a Nibiru possibly. You know what I mean? Dark Ruler no more of that shit. Don't even try to play with I'm gonna give them some link. Nah, just Dark Ruler that. And this is for decks that don't make a good board, but will have a hand trap against you. So this is like good in the mirror match, good against decks like Shadal. Anything that will probably drop a hand trap on you or some sort of monster effect during your turn. Talons, good card. And then this is really for Shadal, and you just need more outs to Winda. Winda is a good card. And so you could arguably actually use talents against Shadal's also. Just use your brain when you're going against matchups. But this side deck is pretty nice. But Forbidden Chalice, it's really there for cards that just are just really good, monsters that are really good, and But like once really what it's for is Winda, just against Winda. Like I'll show you guys a replay in another video, and you'll see that Forbidden Chalice definitely came up and helped me out a window and take game that same turn. Just hit him on a Forbidden Chalice, and you'll really just see this whole deck just work really well and actually stop my opponent very well. He played a good game, played as best that he possibly could, but yeah. So this is the Salamangreat deck. Uh, been crafting it for quite a while now, and yeah, this is what I've come up with and this is what I think is good. I think anyone could get this list, take it to a locals or something like that, and do very well. It's gonna take some practice, but for the most part, this deck is very good and is really good against almost any matchup. Uh, Try it out for yourself. And yeah, if you need any tips, hit the comments, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and TT Herald out.